Alright, finally we got the parts in for the CPU block. Excuse the shaking here. We finished the loop, so basically the pump is behind there. You can see the connection here. Goes around in the CPU, out CPU, into the rad, and then back into the res. So what we're going to be using today by filling the loop, we're going to be using EK's UV blue, which personally I didn't like too much. It's a little bit too dark and it really doesn't radiate the UV too well, but we're going to use it because this is a build that I'm trying to use up all my old stuff and sell off my old stuff in a good build. So we'll put that to good use and see how it works. Alright, so we're going to start the loop here. I got it jumped a bit. Now we're going to just turn it on. There we go. And then we'll refill it and try again. Alright, I'm going to do one more attempt. I'm going to fill it up a little bit more and then it should be totally filled. Alright, this should be the last time I can do it. There we go, the loop seems to be filled. So again, it's going from there, might be able to tidy that up a little bit, directly into the pump, from the res, out, CPU, and then CPU up into the rad, rad out of the rad, back into the res. So we'll let that run for a few minutes, and I don't have any towels down, which I should, but I've done this a few times, so I know the fittings are good, and I know the pump's good, so next we'll be attaching everything and doing some cable management and lighting. While the pump is just clearing out some of the air bubbles, I wanted to just plug in some of the things to see how it looked. So here, it's not really doing it justice on this camera phone, but we've got a blue LED fan with a UV light stashed on the side there. And then up here we've got another, over here we've got another UV light right there with, this is the exhaust for the Thermaltake, and there it is from the front. So you can see the fan controller and the Thermaltake glowing blue, as well as I have blue LEDs that are attached up at the back there. They go all the way around, down, and across the floor as well. So it looks good. Alright, so we've got the side panel finished with everything on it, and it looks really good. I love big side panels. I like the fact that I also left room for the reservoir there, and once you turn it on, everything lights up pretty good. Now, one thing I'm going to have to do, which is sort of a pain, is you see the fan wire there. I really don't like that showing, so I'm going to actually have to cut it and put it together on the other side of the motherboard. The other thing that I have to do is one of the temperature sensors is out. So you see how it's reading 0 degrees? I have to figure out what's going on with that. And so I'm going to have to take everything off and see which temperature sensor that is and replace it with a working one, or see if it's plugged in properly. Alright, perfect. So I was able to route that cable out back so it's not going across over there, which is good. And I also did a quick switch of the SATA drives. So if you see the top one there, it has a white end. That was actually below. I meant to have the white end with the white one and then 2 blacks with the blues. So that's been fixed. So it's seamless there. And the fan control temperature sensor is now fixed, so they're all working, and now I just got to place them and put the cover back on. Alright, so she's all set up. Everything's back up and running. That fan wire is out of the way. The SATA connections are all in sync, so the white is with the white, the black is with the blue, so you can't really see too much of a transition there. All the cables are routed out back. Sort of see a little bit of clunkiness up there. I can't really tie them any tighter because it might pull something, but everything else is routed out back. There's the reservoir that's getting, you can't see the pump, it's out back, hooks into the reservoir, and you can see the tube coming from the pump nicely into the CPU block, into the rad, out of the rad directly back into the res. And if you take a look here, there's LEDs lining up, and the control panel is at the back there. I mounted it on the other side of the power supply, and the LEDs go all the way around to the bottom here. So you can see the LEDs, and then there is a UV there as well as up here. You can see the UV light right there with the push-pull config of the radiator, the SSD, DVD, and the UV box right there. Everything seems to go good, so hopefully I'll be able to sell this and start my ultimate build after.